What did you learn in school today?
I guess I learned something about the commonalities between the profiles.
I learned something about the general fruitfulness of meetings like this. Sitting together, planning the course together with practitioners, with the students and so on, and I like this.
So we concentrate on the graduate program today. And then Mikkel will step in when it comes to the new profile.
So I'll talk about the 4 different profiles really quickly, and then I think I'll ask people who are sort of involved in the courses to come up and chip in as I work on it. So we wanted to give them something a little more substantial, a little bit, something that's closer to the different faculties. So that was one driver of this, the growing intake. Another driver was that, as you can see, we have an amazing international faculty. So they all sort of address what I think of as key themes, and I would like to have your input on this, if there's something we've overlooked or that we should include in future profiles. But I think they all sort of address important issues in the broad field that we are engaged with, so organization management, communication studies. A program that connects theoretical, practical, and strategic discussions in various ways. They also all sort of research-based and very advanced courses. So another driver was, we don't just have good faculty coming in, but they also have research that we couldn't sort of accommodate within the existing program. So profiles are also ways for faculty to do more research-based teaching. And we needed some sort of program development. You need to sort of keep pushing the boundaries of a program, and it's hard to do in terms of setting up an entire new program or sort of doing things very differently. So the profiles were a way of sort of doing program development within the regulations that we had in place, so to speak. We started with corporate responsibility and governance and communication, and this profile sort of comes out of a really, really strong research environment at our department, ICM, focusing on issues related to business ethics, to corporate social responsibility. But I'll ask Dennis and Anna to come and maybe talk briefly about the 2 courses in this profile.
So it's very much driven by the more general societal developments that corporations are facing today, in terms of globalization, in terms of the recent crises. Understand what's going on out there at the moment, social movements like Occupy Wall Street, all kinds of critical movements that are going on, so to see the new challenges that are arising there.
In my course will be very case-based, and we will look at, to a great extent, crises, but also some more proactive work from not just corporations, but also a range of critical actors, of course, NGOs, social movements, activist groups.
So I'll talk about the second profile that we're developing, and it's called Digital Media Organization and Communication. Maybe more space to think about digital media, because digital media are not just platforms that are, or tools you can use, but they're sort of becoming the infrastructure for so many different parts of organizations.
And the idea of the 2 courses together is really to build one course on the other, in the sense that the idea that we have is that the digital communication strategies will also start kind of earlier, and in the first part of this course we'll build kind of the scenario for the second course to actually take and fly. So the idea of digital organization as a course is to kind of tackle into how digital technology, the relationship between technologies and organizations, not only in terms of how technologies have shaped organizations, but also in terms of how organizations and the way we organize and the way we have norms for work and cultures within organization also shape the way we use technologies. So it's this kind of double relationship that we are after.
And obviously we also have 2 older profiles. One has been running for 1 year and is still under development, but we have Friederike and Fabian leading this.
As a kind of feedback channel from the practice field, we also have practitioners invited, experts from the practice field, from corporations, for example, or PR agencies, or consultancies, who look at the strategies developed and give feedback to that. So to what extent is what is theoretically deduced at some points and perhaps in the end also felt with the belly feeling valid for the practice field? To what extent does it actually make sense?
So what's interesting is looking at how marketing is produced, kind of institutions and various roles, and we've dealt with everything from the various or types of relationships between agencies and marketing departments. The marketing department's role and position vis-a-vis to the communications department, vis-a-vis to the whole organization.
And obviously we have one more profile that has been established for a long time, but I'm not going to talk much about that because it's not really up for grabs today. It's well established, and
The first part of your task is to make up your mind to which profile you want to contribute. And maybe we can have a mixture of people working at CBS and people working somewhere else.
Production is one key topic, and then really looking at how does the organizations work together, how does it distinguish from a PR organization, what is a creative brief, what is the interplay between agency and marketing.
There's a nice productive overlaps, but also it can be a bit of a challenge to explain where this means.
So you come up with your post-its and give an explanation of everything. What would you like, if you had the time, to do investing some time in the further development of our profiles and programs?
I would like to look further into the role of the campaign, how that can be unfolded both in theory and practice.
I think I'll reflect on what my company is becoming since I started in 2011.
Tatjana?
Yeah, I guess I would like to talk to, some of my fellow students, because I know that I'm quite specific in my opinions about MacCom, and I think that they have a lot to contribute that I haven't thought of yet.
Well, I think it's important that I always also myself value that to have those discussions between both students as well as the you can say the faculty here at CBS or other universities about what is needed from the, you can say, the future employers and on the other side what is actually the edge in the research and how do these things go together.
Take the best you can from the world-class cases and world-class academia and translate it into a Danish context.
But just to comment on that, it's not because I don't think that we should educate people and then they go out and they become, they're very disappointed about things. But I also think it's very important that we don't sort of take the dreams out of it.
Important to kind of contextualize the profiles or the courses in the Danish context, meaning that SMEs are very important. I think that's, yeah.
And I was happy to learn that there was no sort of outspoken resistance to the kind of many hours of work that we've put into to doing this for the past 6 months or so. So thank you.